Hearing is resumed. The parliamentary status is that the chair just ruled on a motion to cite in contempt General Wilkins Villanueva. And this was duly seconded, and there was no objections recorded, and the motion was carried. But in a huddle between my co-chairs, we were discussing as to where we will detain General Wilkins Villanueva to serve the contempt order by this committee. But before that, our senior deputy speaker has signified his intention to make a manifestation. So at this point, I'd like to recognize Senior Deputy Speaker Gonzales for his manifestation.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, because the question emanates from my part, because I'm asking DG Wilkins about the warrant of arrest, and he did not answer. And I give the floor to Congressman Acop, and then followed by Congressman Paduano. Well, that's why I asked for a 1-minute suspension, if they will serve the contempt now, or maybe because in the spirit of Christmas, it's holiday, you're here. And I give the floor to General Acop, Congressman Acop.
Congressman Acop, what is the pleasure of Congressman Acop?
May I make some minor amendment to the motion, Mr. Chair?
Please continue.
Since we have ruled that General Wilkins Villanueva to be cited in contempt, may I move that the serving of the penalty of contempt will be served when we come back after the holiday seasons in January. So move, Mr. Chair.
There is a motion as stated. Are there any
Mr.
second?
Chairman, Mr. Chairman, before we rule, because it is not yet seconded, may we ask some members? What? Nobody seconded.
Is there a second? So the motion of Congressman Acop is to implement the contempt order of General Villanueva after the holidays. Is this the amendment to the motion?
No, I would like to second the motion. You know, I believe in the spirit of Christmas, and I'm not even a Christian. So, in the spirit of your forgiveness, a season of forgiveness, I would go with the motion of General Acop.
Okay, thank
And I
you,
second the
Congressman
motion.
Adjong. There was a second. Any objection? Hearing none, hearing no objections, the motion is carried. The serving of the detention of General Wilkins Villanueva as a result of the contempt order by this committee will be implemented when we resume the Quadcomm hearing in January of 2025. So now to continue.
Mr. Chairman, just for clarification, I will not object to the amendments to the motion by this representation. But when you say resumption of the Quadcomm, the hearing, or the resumption of session?
The
House.
resumption of the next scheduled Quadcomm hearing, which we will determine before the opening of or the resumption of our session in January on January 12th.
I think, Mr. Chairman, it's just, anyway, it's a compromise, no? What we have done is a compromise, but I think it's mas maganda pa po kasing schedule for the next hearing of Quadcomm will be set pa upon resumption. I think upon resumption, Mr. Chairman,
When you mean
January 13, because the resumption of Congress is January 13.
Congress will go on break on December 19, and we will resume on January 13,
13 po.
2025. So the detention of General Villanueva will take effect on January 13. Is that
Yes, Mr. Chairman, to have a specific date and siguro naman mahaba na yung bakasyon na yun.
okay? Are there any objections? Hearing none, the motion is carried. So, Comsec, please take note of the motions amended motion that was adopted by the committee. So now we continue with our interpellations. The next to interpellate is Congressman Ernesto Dionisio. You have 10 minutes.
Mr. Chair, sorry, kanino na po ba tayo, Mr. Chair? Do
You
we
can
proceed?
ask anyone, any member who
Oh,
wishes
yes.
to interpret can ask anybody.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. We are here, actually pumunta ako ngayong araw na to, Mr. Chair, para dun sa manifestation na binanggit ko noong nakaraan na hearing, Mr. Chair, regarding the case of a dear friend of mine who was killed through an EJK. He's an EJK victim, Delphine Britanico, Your Honor. The brother, which is also a close friend of mine, Mr. Salvador Britanico, is here. I hope, Mr. Chair, that we could give him some leeway and a little bit of time just to tell us the story of the death of his brother, Mr. Chair.
Did you prepare a statement, Mr. Britanico?
Mr. Chair, I did prepare a brief statement. Mr. Chair.
So brief, meaning
Very
brief.
brief.
Okay, I just
statement,
wanted to
probably
emphasize
5
it's a
minutes.
brief statement.
Yes,
Yes, you
Mr.
may
Chair.
do so. Please proceed.
Magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. Maayong hapon sa tanan. Una po sa lahat, nagpapasalamat po ang aking pamilya, kabilang ang aking mga magulang na si dating Congressman Buddy Britanico, dating Assemblyman rin po, at Dr. Alita Britanico sa pagkakataon binigay ng House of Representatives Quad Committee upang maibahagi ang nangyari sa nakababata kong kapatid na si Delphine Celestial Britanico sa Iloilo City noong January 19, 2020. Mamaya po may video, pero ito po yung picture ng kapatid ko po para medyo makilala po ng committee. Si Del po ay isang napakabuting anak, asawa, ama, kapatid, kaibigan at Pilipino. Lumaki po siyang inasa sa isip at isinasagawa kung paano makatulong at maging makatarungan sa kapwa. Yung kapatid ko pong si Del ay naging collateral damage sa sinasabing war on drugs at ng mga naibabalitang extrajudicial killings o EJKs. Isa po siyang inosenteng, pribadong tao na walang pakundangan pinatay ng mga pulis na nadiskubring nanggaling sa isang extrajudicial killing operation. Gusto po namin ibahagi ang nangyari kay Del upang po makatulong sa bansa, sa Quadcom at sa iba pang mga ahensya sa kanilang pag-imbestiga sa mga EJKs at sa mga sangkot dito. Gusto po naming patibayin ang batas upang maiwasan ang pangyayaring gaya ng pagpatay kay Del at sa napakarami pang iba. Makatulong rin ang pagpapalakas ng checks and balances sa mga sangay ng gobyerno sa aspeto ng law enforcement at pagpalakas ng kakayahan ng gobyerno magproseso ng forensic evidence sa pag-imbestiga sa mga krimen. Narinig po namin sa isang nakaraan hearing ang pahayag na arong is arong. Sana po ito ay hindi lang salita at ang gumawa ng mali ay tunay na managot. Narinig po namin ang pahayag, the end does not justify the means. Kami po ay sang-ayon dito. Maraming mga Pilipinong pinaslang. Maraming nadamay. Kabilang po doon si Del, hindi na po mababalik ang kapatid ko, hindi po dapat mangyari ito at hindi din dapat mangyari sa iba. Lahat po tayo ay Pilipino. Mali po ang pagpaslang sa tao ng labag sa batas. Patuloy po naming hinahangad ang hostisya para kay Del. Umaasa po kami sa tulong ng Quadcom na mahikayat ang DOJ, Department of Justice, liderato ng PNP pati na rin ng Internal Affairs Service, NBI at iba pang ahensya ng gobyerno para maresolba ang kaso ni Del. Maraming salamat po, Chairman Ace Barbers, SDS Gonzales, the co-chairman of the Quadcomm, kay Congressman Dionisio, na unang nabanggit ng kaso ni Del sa Quadcomm at sa lahat po ng miyembro ng Quadcomm. May video po yata na prepare tungkol po sa nangyari po sa kapatid ko. Tapos pwede ko pong ibahagi po ang karagdagan detalye pagkatapos po. I can share a few details, Mr. Chair. My brother Delphine was murdered by being shot 8 times outside his village in Prime Estates in Barangay Nabitasan, La Paz, Iloilo City at around 12:20 to 12:30 p.m. on January 19, 2020. This was while he was taking his motorcycle out for a Sunday ride when he came across a group of men who just carried out an EJK operation against call center agent and alleged drug list target Alain Muller in Barangay Cuartero, Haro, Iloilo City about 20 minutes earlier. Del came across a group of men parked right outside his village who were stripping their getaway car of identifying marks. Del was supposedly calling her his wife and taking pictures, and this was when they killed Del and took his phone to hide their tracks. One of the suspects, the person identified to have rented the gray Mitsubishi Adventure used in both killings, Police Corporal Joseph Andrew Joven, eventually surrendered to the NBI Webro West Visayas Regional Office on June 5, 2020, after charges had been filed by the NBI Death Investigation Division against Joven, a Police Corporal Jerry Villanueva, and 2 other John Does on May 29, 2020. Subsequently, Police Corporal Joven admitted on video on 2 separate occasions and on other instances that he was the driver of the vehicle in both murders and that his group took orders from their then commanding officer, Iloilo City Police Office Director Colonel Martin Defensor, for the extrajudicial killing of Alain Muller and other targets. Joven had earlier shared the same narration of events to the NBI DID. Joven identified fellow police officers Ricardo Morante, Vernilio Escorial as the gunmen in the murder of Alain Muller and of my brother Delphine Britanico. According to Joven, also in the vehicle were City Drug Enforcement Unit police officers Michael Dimihilio de Felipe and Freddy Liboon. Joven narrated that the alleged drug subject, Alain Muller, who was a surrenderee, was a level 1 target and had a 50,000 reward for his killing. Joven further confessed that since his transfer to the Special Ops team in September 2019, he had participated in 3 other EJKs with other police officers, including Police Sergeant Melbert Orculio Nino, Police Sergeant Rodel Paulan, Police Sergeant Denay Sia. Joven confessed that these killings had been first under the command of a Lieutenant Colonel Godfrey Buslotan, then directly under the orders of the ICPO Chief of Police, Colonel Martin Defensor Jr. Those 3 other extra EJKs were of Roy Goco in Barangay Rizal, Lapus, Iloilo City, killed on September 18, 2019, by Nino, who was driven by Paulan, with Escorial and Joven as backup. The second one, Felix Argenal Jr., was killed in Barangay Takas, Haro, Iloilo City, killed on October 18, 2019, by Escorial, who was driven by Joven, with Morante and Paulan as backup. And the last, before my brother was killed, the last EJK was on Kagawad Virgilio, Coronado Soledad, in Poblacion, Leganes, Iloilo, killed on December 26, 2019 by Escorial with Joven, Morante, and Paulan accompanying them. On this last killing, Joven confessed that his group received on 100,000 from Colonel Martin Defensor Jr. for the killings of Kagawad Soledad, and that this was given to them at Defensor's office in the ICPO headquarters. Joven claimed that then Colonel Defensor gave him sums of money ranging from 5,000 to 50,000 and advised him to hide after the killing of Del. Also, Joven shared information that Colonel Defensor protected, gave financial and other assistance to the other principals after the commission of the crime and covered up the crime committed as evidenced by the fact that he did not initiate the filing of any case arising from Delphine's killing. Further, Joven said that the Iloilo City Police Office has a CCTV system that recorded the entry of the adventure with the respondents Morante, Escorial, Joven, De Felipe, and Liboon on board and entering and leaving the ICPO premises after the killing of Del on the day after the killing of Del. Joven narrated that Police Colonel Defensor ordered that the ICPO's CCTV footage of that day be erased in order to destroy the evidence. Yun lang po ang summary, Mr. Chair.
Okay, sige, maraming salamat and we condolence sa inyong pamilya. Congressman Ernest Dionisio, you have the floor. You have 10 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Actually, I'd like to ask lang sana ng mabilisan before I give my short manifestation. Do we have any representatives from Department of Justice?
Yes,
Good
we do.
afternoon, good afternoon, Mr. Chair and Your Honors. I am Prosecutor Wesley Yang, Your Honor.
Hi, Attorney. Tama po ba?
Yes.
Attorney,
Mr. Chair.
sa pagkaalam niyo po, ano po ba ang status ng case ng pagkamatay ng ating biktima na si Del Britanico?
Yes, Mr. Chair. Ang nangyari kasi walang warrantless arrest na nangyari noon. So, the case went through the regular proceeding of preliminary investigation. The complaint was filed, and after the preliminary investigation, the Department of Justice found probable cause to press charges against 2 police officers, Police Officer Joven and Police Officer Villanueva. Unfortunately, when the warrant of arrest was issued by the Regional Trial Court of Iloilo, Branch 31, ay hindi sila mahanap. So, on our part, we will coordinate with because this case was filed way back October 21, October 2021, 21, and this case was delegated to the OCP Iloilo. So we will coordinate, the DOJ will coordinate with OCP Iloilo for the issuance of alias warrant to exert efforts again to locate the whereabouts of these criminals, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. NBI, do we have any information? NBI, are you part of any investigation related to the killing of the victim, Del Britanico?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, as narrated by Mr. Britanico, our Death Investigation Division handled the investigation of the case.